Hello everybody and welcome. On behalf of Allahabad University Psychology Alumni Association, I extend a warm welcome to all the participants of this session of Samvad. And I'm really very happy that Professor Shubhra Gaur has taken up this initiative and very sincerely she's doing it. These sessions are helpful not only to the alumni because many people obviously don't know each other so well. So sharing with our illustrious alumni who have been doing well in various fields is illuminating and very informative for all of us. And it is especially helpful. It will be helpful to the current students. I think that is the purpose of Samvad also. Shubhra had discussed with me. That is for the current students engage. So I expect that the students participate actively in this Samvad, and so they would learn about the department, about the alumni, about various fields, about various opportunities, and all these things. So I once again welcome you all. I also welcome Professor. I extend a special welcome to Professor Rajiv Sharma, who has given his time for this Samvad session. He is our alumni, and he has superannuated from IIM Ahmedabad. He has been doing active research in various fields. Now he says he's engaged in field related to education. Professor Tripathi, who has been his mentor and guide, and Professor Tripathi will be telling us more about him, maybe a little later, I don't know. So I once again welcome you all. And now I hand over to Shubhra.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And a very warm welcome once again to one and all. और स्पेशल स्वागत है सभी का पर प्रोफेसर राजीव शर्मा का स्पेशल स्वागत है. और इनके बारे में मैं दो बात पर्सनल कहना चाहूँगी. तो जब मैं अहमदाबाद आई 20 साल पहले, तो इन्होंने मुझे मौका दिया IIM अहमदाबाद के क्लासरूम को सेशन लेने का. So that was a big professional experience for me. और दूसरी चीज़ पर्सनली, उस समय मेरे दोनों बच्चे छोटे थे. और जैसा कि आप काफ़ी लोगों को पता है कि राजीव जी एजुकेशनल इनोवेशन में उन्होंने बहुत काम किया है. और उन्होंने मुझे ऐसे लोगों से कनेक्ट करवाया जो कि मैथमेटिक्स की टीचिंग में, साइंस की टीचिंग में, स्कूल लेवल पे बहुत इनोवेटिव काम कर रहे थे. So as a mother also, Rajiv ji, I'm extremely grateful to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so many of you know so much about him. So I will be very brief in telling you things because he has done a lot and we can spend a lot of time in his professional achievements. But I'll begin from the very beginning and say कि इलाहाबाद, जैसे टाइटल भी है आज की सेशन का, इलाहाबाद से अहमदाबाद का सफ़र और 5 दशकों का सफ़र लगभग. तो उस सफ़र की बात
साइकोलॉजी के साथ
जी बिल्कुल साइकोलॉजी के साथ. तो डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत अहम हिस्सा रहे हैं और हम उनसे अभी बात शुरू करेंगे. पर इंट्रोडक्शन के समय में मैं बता दूं सबको कि इनका सफ़र शुरू हुआ था इन क्रिश्चियन कॉलेज से, जहाँ पे ये 14 साल रहे. From 1982 to 1996. और वहाँ से सीधे इन्होंने IIM अहमदाबाद में कदम रखा, रवि जे मथाई सेंटर फॉर एजुकेशनल इनोवेशन एट IIM अहमदाबाद. और वहाँ से भी 2-3 साल पहले.
गलत है. नहीं. और राजीव खुद ही बता देंगे. ऐसे सीधे एकदम से नहीं खुदा. वो इलाहाबाद विश्वविद्यालय में भी रहे. इलाहाबाद विश्वविद्यालय में जो है सोशल साइकोलॉजी ऑफ एजुकेशन के यूनिट के हिस्से थे.
देखिए
जो है ये राजीव ये भूल गई थी. देखो
नहीं सर, वो गलती हमारी, हम ही भूल गए थे।
भूले नहीं गए थे।
वो
तब ठीक है, तब माफ।
एमए करने के तुरंत बाद प्रोफेसर सिन्हा और प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी के साथ एक प्रोजेक्ट था सोशल साइकोलॉजी ऑफ एजुकेशन का, उसमें हम लोग ने काम किया था। आई थिंक, सॉरी शुभ्रा, आई डिड नॉट गिव दैट इंफॉर्मेशन टू यू, सो इट्स नॉट योर मिस्टेक। उसके बाद वहां से फिर इस पीएचडी शुरू किया था। फिर जब 1982 में प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी दोबारा से गए थे एन आर्बर, तो उसी से मैंने ज्वाइन किया था ईसीसी में, और फिर 86 में थीसिस पूरी हुई, और उसके बाद तो आपको बताया ही है।
तो थैंक यू सर, तो हमेशा ही इंफॉर्मेशन के भंडार हैं और हम लोगों को ऐड करते रहते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन सबके बारे में। तो वेरी गुड सर, बिल्कुल गलती मेरी माफ की जाए, और मैंने इनफ रिसर्च नहीं करी। और आपने, राजीव जी ने कोर्सेज पढ़ाए हैं कम्युनिकेशन में, इनोवेटिव पेडागोजिकल टेक्निक्स में, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में, इनोवेशन इन एजुकेशन में, और बहुत सारे जो सीबीएसई स्कूल्स हैं और भी स्कूल्स हैं, उनके जो प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, उनके लीडर्स हैं, उनके लिए इन्होंने IIM अहमदाबाद से प्रोग्राम्स लॉन्च किए, और बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के लिए और इंटरनेशनल एजेंसीज के लिए कंसल्टिंग असाइनमेंट्स किए। और एक जो बहुत बड़ा इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन रहा है वो है डॉक्टरल रिसर्च प्रोग्राम IIM अहमदाबाद में लॉन्च करने का इन द एरिया ऑफ इनोवेशन एंड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ एजुकेशन। और अभी हाल में इनकी किताब आई है, टाइटल है जिसका बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग, और उसके बारे में हम अभी चर्चा करेंगे, नॉट जस्ट ग्रेड्स, स्कूल्स दैट एजुकेट डिफरेंटली। ये पेंगुइन रैंडम हाउस की पब्लिकेशन है 2018 की, और उसके बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा ये लेटेस्ट जो मेंटल हेल्थ की भी हम लोग स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखते हैं उससे भी रिलेटेड है, और बहुत सारी बातें तो वो खुद ही बताएंगे। नाउ आई विल इनवाइट प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी to say a few additional words introducing Rajiv ji. Sir, over to you.
Additional words. I think there is a lot which I think we can tell you about Rajiv, because Rajiv I have known since 1972. Right? So
you had just come back from Ann Arbor after PhD.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was. So let me say that he was one of the first students in my class after I returned from Ann Arbor. And fortunately for me, he also got a chance to visit University of Michigan, after he completed his PhD. राजीव के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें कही जा सकती हैं, लेकिन जो बड़ी बात है वो है कि राजीव का काम जो है वो करने वाला ज़्यादा है, लिखने वाला जो है वो है अपनी जगह है। और ये फॉर्चुनेट इस माने में भी है कि जो करवाने वाली है वो उनके घर में रहती है। तो इनकी पत्नी है, उनका स्पेशलाइजेशन सोशल वर्क में है। तो मुझे याद है कि स्कूल, ये इनोवेशन का काम जो था वो दोनों ने मिलकर यहाँ पर ही शुरू किया, इलाहाबाद में ही शुरू किया। स्कूल्स में जाकर बच्चों को उत्साहित करना लिखने के लिए और क्रिएटिव होने के लिए एक छोटी सी मैगजीन उन्होंने निकाली, दोनों ने मिलकर, जिसमें मेरी बेटी जो थी वो भी लिखा करती थी और बहुत सारे और बच्चे थे जो भी लिखा करते थे।
Professor Naidu was also part of that.
Professor Naidu was part of it. There were others, were part of it. But that was something, which was very different, and the students who were from different schools, they liked it. And unfortunately, what happened was कि जब ये लोग चले गए तो वो काम जो है रुक गया। हम लोगों ने सोचा कई बार कि जो है उसको दोबारा से शुरू किया जाए, लेकिन वो हो नहीं पाया। बट वो सोशल साइकोलॉजी ऑफ एजुकेशन के तहत जो है और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हुई थी। फॉर एग्जांपल, एक चीज़ जिसके बारे में राजीव आज बात करने जा रहे हैं वो ये है that we involved school teachers. We used to invite, almost every year. मीरा जी was an integral part of that, कि हम लोग जो है स्कूल टीचर्स से कनेक्ट करते थे और कैसे साइकोलॉजी वहाँ पर जो है एक एक्टिव रोल प्ले कर सकती है, ये वाली बातें जो है उनसे हुआ करती थी। तो साइकोलॉजी का वो आउटरीच प्रोग्राम था, एंड दैट वाज रियली वेरी वेरी interesting experience, which I think all of us had. I'm sure that Rajiv also had that. Apart from that, I think there are other things which Rajiv has done at Ahmedabad. You're going to hear about that. You're going to hear about what he has done here at Allahabad also, about his journey. His life's journey is what I think he's going to talk about today. So welcome, Rajiv. And Rajiv ने इलाहाबाद छोड़ा नहीं है मन से, तो यहाँ रहे नहीं है, लेकिन हाँ उनका शरीर नहीं रहा हो, लेकिन मन से इलाहाबादी ही है, बहुत सारे आप लोगों की तरह जो सामने बैठे हुए मेरे ख्याल से अभी इतना ही काफी है। फिर उसके बाद जो है हम लोग राजीव को तो सुने पहले।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू। तो हम चर्चा शुरू करते हैं राजीव जी आपसे।
Sure.
और जैसे सर ने कहा कि आप इलाहाबादी हैं दिल से और यू बीन देयर, तो हम शुरू करते हैं जब आप 5 दशक पहले या ज़्यादा, जब आप इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी के साइकोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट के पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट थे, पीएचडी स्टूडेंट थे, उस समय के कुछ अनुभव आप हमारे साथ शेयर करें।
श्योर श्योर। सबसे पहली बात तो ये बड़ा अजीब सा लगता है जब सब लोग हमको वेलकम करते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है ये तो अपना ही घर है, यहाँ वेलकम कौन मुझे कर सकता है, मैं तो अपने आप ही आऊँगा। बट एनीवे स्टिल इट्स नाइस टू सी एंड एवरीबडी टुगेदर। शायद हम लोग जब कॉन्फ्रेंस वगैरह होती थी कोई लोग मिलते थे, लेकिन सब लोग साथ नहीं मिलते थे। तो टेक्नोलॉजी हैज मेड इट पॉसिबल दैट वी ऑल कैन सी ईच अदर टुगेदर एंड टॉक टू ईच अदर। तो मैंने साइकोलॉजी बीए तो मैंने इसी से किया था। एमए के लिए साइकोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट ज्वाइन किया था 1972 में। उस समय एक ये बात थी कि साइकोलॉजी वाज नॉट फॉर बॉयज और मेन स्टूडेंट्स। ज़्यादातर साइकोलॉजी वाले मेडिकल हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटिकल साइंस, क्योंकि आईएएस में वो हेल्प करते थे। तो हमारे बैच में 25 लोगों में करीब मेरे ख्याल में 4 या 5 हम लोग मेल स्टूडेंट थे, बाकी सब फीमेल स्टूडेंट थे। तो लोग कई बार कहते थे क्या सब्जेक्ट तुम ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, लड़कियों वाला सब्जेक्ट है वगैरह वगैरह। आई डू नॉट नो वेदर दैट स्टीरियोटाइप कंटिन्यूज इवन नाउ। एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम व्हेन आईएएस में साइकोलॉजी पॉपुलर हुआ तो शायद थोड़ा सा बदलाव आया था। और उसकी जो मेमोरीज है, जैसे मैंने बोला कि विद साइकोलॉजी, तो साइकोलॉजी हैज ऑलवेज बीन विद मी प्रोफेशनली एंड पर्सनली। और एक बहुत समय पहले मैंने एक किताब पढ़ी थी, अभी भी है मेरे पास, एक आदमी ने लिखी है वो किताब, ऑल आई नीडेड टू लर्न इन लाइफ आई लर्न इन किंडरगार्टन। ऑल आई नीडेड टू नो इन लाइफ आई लर्न इन किंडरगार्टन। जो उसने बोला कि किंडरगार्टन मुझे जो सिखा दिया गया वो मुझे पूरी जिंदगी काम आता रहा। तो मुझे वैसा ही लगता है कि जो हमने वहाँ पे सीखा वो हर तरह से मेरे काम आता रहा, चाहे वो रिसर्च में हो, चाहे वो टीचिंग में हो, चाहे वो सोशल ऑर्गेनाइज, चाहे इन्वॉल्व एंगेजमेंट विद एनी योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर यू आर वर्किंग। सो दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट लर्निंग आई हैड। और एमए की बात तो ये है कि जो क्लासेस हैं वो बहुत अभी भी विजुअली मेरे सामने है। खास तौर से प्रोफेसर सिन्हा का क्लास हुआ करता था, सब कहानियां इतनी सुनाया करते थे, एक्सपेरिमेंट बता दिया क्यों जिन्होंने रश्मि ने उसमें पढ़ा आपको याद होगा। और ख़ास तौर से प्रोफेसर सिन्हा कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में बहुत जाया करते थे बाहर। जब वो लौटते थे तो हम लोग को उनका खास तौर से इंतजार होता था वहाँ पे किस साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने क्या बात कही, उन्होंने क्या मजेदार बात बताई, क्या चीज़ खाई उन्होंने, कैसी लगी। और जब भी प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी से लोग क्रॉस कल्चरल साइकोलॉजी में गए थे, ब्राज़ील गए थे शायद आप लोग सर, या लैटिन अमेरिका में, मेक्सिको या ब्राजील, मेक्सिको। तो वहां पे कितने मजेदार ड्रिंक्स हुआ करती थी फलों को मिला के। बट ऑल दिस वाज पार्ट ऑफ साइकोलॉजी एंड हाउ वी कुड merge all this personal, social and academic learning. That was very special. प्रोफेसर नायडू भी शायद मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ, प्रोफेसर नायडू वाज अ फर्स्ट ईयर में पढ़ाया करते थे। तो एक बार मुझे याद है कि मैंने उनके घर पे मैं गया, एमए का इम्तहान था, मैंने कहा सर मेरा एग्जाम बहुत खराब हो रहा है, मैं तो ड्रॉप कर दूंगा। उन्होंने बहुत सारा टाइम मेरे साथ स्पेंड किया और कहा कि नहीं ड्रॉप नहीं करना है, तुम दे दो शायद पास जाओगे। फिर चलते समय मुझे दही और पेड़ा भी खिलाया, मुझे अभी तक याद है। दोपहर के समय में, और फिर हम आए और एग्जाम दिया और ठीक ही ठाक हो गया सब कुछ। सेकेंड ईयर में हम लोग ने एक सोशियो साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट फॉर चेंज एंड डेवलपमेंट कोर्स था, जो नया कोर्स शुरू हुआ था एक्चुअली, विच वाज काइंड ऑफ फाउंडेशन ऑफ सोशल साइकोलॉजी, how it can be applied to our country and different problems. And in that we had a very liberal atmosphere. I remember Professor Tripathi had allowed us to do a survey about student election के बारे में मैंने एक छोटा सर्वे किया था, which was not part of anything, but we designed a small questionnaire. So actually getting hands-on experience was a very, very important part, or उस तरह going beyond the curriculum, which was very special. एक बार वो सर नीना गुप्ता आई थी शायद, उन्होंने एक लिसनिंग पे वर्कशॉप किया था, लिसनिंग पे, एंड जब वर्कशॉप वो हुआ था तो हम लगा लिसनिंग भी क्या चीज होती है, लिसनिंग में क्या वर्कशॉप करना, बट आई मस्ट से दैट दैट वाज द फाउंडेशन ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ हाउ पावरफुल लिसनिंग बिहेवियर इज एंड फॉर बिहेवियरल चेंज. Listening has been a Rogerian approach, और सब में वो बात आई, तो there were lots of things happening. Research of course was a very special time, जैसे कि अभी अरुण कुमार जी ने बताया था, और जो लोग अभी रिसर्च कर रहे हैं उनको ये जानना चाहिए कि कोई कंप्यूटर तो थे नहीं, और लाइब्रेरी के लिए भी जर्नल्स जो आते थे करंट, लेकिन पुराने जर्नल्स नहीं थे, तो हम लोग मेन लाइब्रेरी में जाके बैठ के एब्स्ट्रैक्ट्स में से एब्स्ट्रैक्ट उतारते थे, ऑथर का एड्रेस नोट करते थे, और क्योंकि एयरमेल से भेजना बहुत मुश्किल होता था तो देखते थे कौन जाने वाला है, उसको कार्ड प्रिंट करके, प्रिंटेड कार्ड होते कि रिप्रिंट रिक्वेस्ट, तो 15 रिक्वेस्ट 15 किसी को भेजे, जो भी यूएस जा रहा होता तो उसको देते थे, और फिर जब वहां से रिप्रिंट आती थी तो इतनी खुशी होती थी कि वो हमारे जो आर्टिकल चाहिए था उसकी रिप्रिंट मुझे आ गई. फिर धीरे धीरे चेंज हुआ तो जर्नल्स भी आ गए और बहुत से बात हुई, और क्योंकि कंप्यूटर नहीं था तो जो कुछ कैलकुलेशन हुआ करता था वो तो अपने छोटे कैलकुलेटर पे होता था. एक बार मुझे याद है मैंने 15-20 दिन के दौरान 128 कोरिलेशन निकाले थे उसी छोटे छोटे लैपटॉप पे, XY एंटर कर करके. But I must say that it was like a burden, and once one took it all in its stride. कंप्यूटर एनालिसिस जाने के लिए आपको दिल्ली जाना पड़ता था, हम लोग तो फिर वहाँ पे नागी थे, वहाँ पे आप कंप्यूटर कार्ड देते थे, वेट करते थे, फिर वो प्रिंट आउट देते थे, तो ऑल दोज एक्सपीरियंसेस. बट आई मस्ट से दैट द एकेडमिक साइड ऑफ engagement with the faculty and among the peers was very, very rewarding. You never felt that you were not having facility, और जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का था, नहीं आ रही है सुबह नहीं आ, लेकिन वो सब था. उसी समय प्री PhD सेमिनार शुरू हुए थे, बॉब कैपलन आए हुए थे, तो मेरा तो सोशल साइकोलॉजी में था, मैंने सोचा कि ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वाला कोर्स मैं क्यों करूं, मुझे ज़रूरत नहीं है. बट आई attended the course. Of course, there was no formal academic credit, but I must say that what I learned in that course has been with me for all the time, and how so the participative pedagogy, how you can involve students, how students are part of your teaching. You are not teaching, it's a joint endeavor. It was a very special learning for me. बहुत विजिटर्स बहुत आया करते थे, शायद ऐसा कोई भी 1-2 महीने में होता था कोई दुनिया के अलग अलग जगह से विजिटर नए आते हों. और एक अदिति आप रिसर्च कर रही हैं, और एक बात आपको मैं बहुत, आपको और सब रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को बताना चाहूँगा, एक बहुत स्पेशल चीज़ वहाँ हुआ करती थी डिपार्टमेंट में, हमारी वीकली सेमिनार. हर हफ्ते कोई ना कोई स्टूडेंट, टीचर, विजिटर would present their work. At that time, it did not seem a very special event. ठीक है, कोई है, कोई MA का डिसर्टेशन कर रहा है, कोई PhD का प्रपोजल कर रहा है, कोई डेटा कलेक्शन कर रहा है. लेकिन जब मैं अहमदाबाद में आया तो मुझे लगा कि वो कितनी इंटरेस्टिंग और ज़रूरी चीज़ थी. अहमदाबाद में मेरे बगल के कमरे में कौन है मुझे मालूम है, लेकिन वो क्या करते हैं कभी बात करने का मौका नहीं मिला. कभी इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार में वो गए हैं, वहाँ पे दुनिया वाले जानते, मैं नहीं जानता. साइकोलॉजी में हम लोग एक दूसरे के काम के बारे में बहुत जानते थे, और ये बात जो विजिटर भी आते थे वो कहते थे कि इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टू नो दैट ऑल ऑफ यू नो अबाउट ईच अदर्स वर्क, एंड इट वाज वेरी इंस्पिरेशनल. You got lots of new ideas. Even while doing PhD, you thought that you will do this, you will do this, generate knowledge, and possibly change the world. I mean, that was the spirit with the we all were doing PhD, and we thought that I am from psychology from Allahabad, so I am different. I don't want to compare with anybody in Lucknow or Delhi or Visakhapatnam or anything. While we are doing research, Dr. Dalal and Shalini, together we conducted a research presented at the Bhubaneswar conference of cross-cultural psychology, in which Professor Sinha was the chairing the session. And later on, that paper was published also. So it was very unique for us. While we are still in the process of doing PhD, we could publish in a good international journal. Of course, Dr. Dalal and Shalini were also contributing. And that was the first publication which we had in international journal. What I am saying, the autonomy, flexibility, support which we got while doing research was tremendous. And I think that is the most essential thing. मुझे नहीं मालूम कि अभी आप लोग के पास तो सब papers Google में एक मिनट में आ जाते हैं, आप you can do hundreds of calculation, but the depth and the rigor which is required for understanding statistics, I find mostly lacking in many theses which I examine now, which is very unfortunate. We have got the facility, but we don't know the rationale and the reasoning of what we do often.
That's fascinating. आपकी Mexican drinks से लेकर के सारे social और cross cultural exposure from different parts of the world. I think the department was very futuristic. Because जो आजकल latest studies हुई है to say कि कौन से institutions बहुत innovative रहे हैं और बहुत progress किए, उसमें सारी बातें psychology department के आप 50 years पहले की बता रहे हैं. तो जैसे सरोज जी ने भी कहा the coffee break, और राहुल जी ने भी कहा, तो बहुत सारी वो जो छोटी-छोटी चीजें थी, and absolutely the sharing part. And I think Rajiv ji, if I'm not wrong, आपने वो चीज IIM में भी स्टार्ट करी थी, बिकॉज़
अभी हाँ, मैं थोड़ा सा एक दो बात यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में भी कहना चाहूंगा.
बिल्कुल वही आपसे पूछने वाली थी कि इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी को ऑक्सफोर्ड ऑफ द ईस्ट कहा जाता है, परंतु उसका भी थोड़ा ये होता है कि भाई क्यों कहा जाता है. तो आप उस समय के हैं, कुछ इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी का क्या माहौल था और क्या एक्सपीरियंस आपने किया एज अ स्टूडेंट
यूनिवर्सिटी में? आपको बता दें आदित्य और सभी स्टूडेंट्स को कि स्ट्राइक बहुत हुआ करती थी. कभी टीचर से स्ट्राइक है, कभी नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ स्ट्राइक है, कभी स्टूडेंट स्ट्राइक है. टीचर्स ने एक बार स्ट्राइक करी थी फॉर फाइंडिंग आउट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू डू देयर वर्क, बिकॉज यूनिवर्सिटी इतनी बंद रहती थी कि टीचिंग हो ही नहीं पाती थी. प्रोफेसर नायडू और अदर्स उसको लीड कर रहे थे. लेकिन देयर वाज लॉट ऑफ वेरी रिच सोशल इवेंट्स हैपनिंग. एक तो इवेंट जो मेरे दिमाग में आती हैं, संयुक्ता पाणिग्राही आई थी जो ओडिसी की डांसर थी. सेनेट हाउस में उनका डांस था, तो वो कमेंट्री इंग्लिश में कर रही थी. तो हमारे जो नेता लोग थे वो आए और उन्होंने बोले हिंदी में बोलो, हिंदी में बोलो. तो उन्होंने हिंदी में बोला, इतनी अच्छी जैसी हिंदी उनकी हो सकती है, और सब नेता लोगों को चुप करा दिया. और फिर उसके बाद उनका डांस परफॉर्मेंस, व्हिच वाज ऑफ कोर्स स्प्लेंडेड, टू सी हर सो क्लोजली वाज अ रियल ट्रीट. एक और बहुत स्पेशल इवेंट थी. फैज अहमद फैज आए थे पाकिस्तान से, तो उनका यूनिवर्सिटी ने एक पब्लिक रिसेप्शन किया था. प्रोफेसर UN सिंह थे, और उस स्टेज पे महादेवी वर्मा और बड़े सारे वो तो थे ही, वाइस चांसलर थे. What was remarkable, the president of student union was also there, and he welcomed the Faiz Ahmed said, I think vice chancellor के साथ में, तो he acknowledged that. What I am saying that in spite of that, the teachers' effort to bring students and faculty together was very special. इतने सारे मेरी जो एजुकेशन हुई अबाउट पॉलिटिक्स, वहाँ पे अगर मैं याद करूँ तो इतने सारे स्पीकर, मधु लेमे, जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस, बहुगुणा चंद्रशेखर, they all would come and they will talk to students, and you could just go to student union. Badal Sarkar had come, and I remember how he had staged his play. So the awareness which got built about social issues in the country, I am sure which feeds into our thinking about what we research kind of do. Wow, Raghu is there. Hi, Raghu. So, Raghu, I was talking about student union and how we used to have wonderful leaders and people coming to talk. And one particular time, EMS Nambudri Pad was there, the
yes,
famous,
I do remember that. Yes.
famous CPM leader, and he used to stammer a lot. So एक बार उन्होंने एक इंसिडेंट सुनाया कि एक कोई जर्नलिस्ट था, he was trying to put him down. तो उनसे पूछता है, sir, do you always stammer? तो जवाब दिया उन्होंने, no, only when I'm speaking. And he was such a witty person. He was in late 60s. But I'm saying, students में और इतने सारे जो मतलब English department, Hindi department, there was a very active theatre group called Allahabad Artists Association. Dr. Mandal and so many others were there. And I remember Ghasiram Kotwal and other play by Tendulkar, and there were very famous play which he conducted. So we used to go and participate, and we will have like lecturers. Dr. Mandal came and talked to us about how cells and they interact and to how it affects behavior. Dr. Banwari Lal Sharma, once he had given a lecture about mathematical models of conflict resolution. I mean, it was wonderful. We couldn't understand all that, but to understand that mathematics can also give insight. What I am saying, the horizon was not just your research, your work. And we were so, although we didn't have internet, but there was so much of interaction of people coming. The boundaries were so fluid that we could go out and come in. And that in spite of the very uncertain, unpredictable student politics on campus. Bomb छूटा करते थे, कभी किसके झगड़ा हो रहा है. And it was famous for people to, for us to say that university is closed, but department is functioning, which was a very, very commonly happening thing. One time we had a classes in Bob Kaplan's घर में, जबकि ये हुआ था यूनिवर्सिटी में कोई classes नहीं लगेगा. तो प्रोफेसर त्रिपाठी and Bob were teaching a course, survey research methodology का course था. तो वो किया था हमने. So it was a very, very enriching experience for me, and that's why when I moved out from Allahabad, I felt very, very lonely being in Ahmedabad. Shubhra, anything else anybody wants to ask about Allahabad or something?
तो अने आप बाकी तो हम क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर बाद में लोगों को पूछेंगे, अगर किसी को पूछना है अभी भी पूछ सकते हैं, पर मेरा एक सवाल है कि आप जो इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी से निकल कर, इवन क्रिश्चियन कॉलेज से निकल करके जो लोनली आप अहमदाबाद में फील जरूर किया, पर उसके बावजूद भी आपने बहुत कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस किए आईएम अहमदाबाद में, तो कुछ उन पर रोशनी डालिए.
Actually, lonely because psychology department Allahabad was the place which one had in mind for the career and spending life, but it didn't work out. So started looking out, and Ahmedabad तो कभी जाने का मन भी नहीं था क्योंकि industry business में मेरा काम नहीं था. Luckily, there was a Center for Educational Innovation which matched with my background. So I joined it. I was the first person to join. There was nobody else in the center. उसके पहले एक दो लोग आके चले गए थे. तो जो वहाँ पे जो माहौल था ये था, ये भी आए हैं एक दो दिन, एक और दो साल रहेंगे, चले जाएंगे. And one did not know what to do. So that was a big challenge, but also later on one realizes asset also. When you do not know and you ask somebody, people say, well, you find out yourself. Because nobody had any idea what education can happen. And this center was created in the first full-time director of the IIM, who was a very, very visionary, who had stepped out of an office to become a faculty, to work in the education sector. तो उस तरह से हुआ, लेकिन धीरे धीरे काम शुरू हुआ, कुछ कोर्सेज पढ़ाने लगे. And one breakthrough happened when CBSE, Central Board of Education, contacted our center to conduct leadership program for school principals. And we had no idea what can that be, because I thought school principals are very knowledgeable people. They do good work. Schools are running well. So what's the problem? And we did about, it's devoted 4 or 5 of us. We visited schools around the country, and we found that most of the teachers who are good get promoted as the principal, but they have no idea about various leadership and managerial skills which they need to have. Some of them are managing schools which are 3,000, 4,000 children, hundreds of teachers. So gradually we had a team which had an interdisciplinary team from HR, OB, IT, strategy area. And we developed lots of material for case studies for schools. And that was a good learning for me. We realized that how, see, in 1920, the email had just started coming in. Mobile phone was not as ubiquitous. But as time passed, we realized how much pressure is there on school to deliver in terms of competition. In economy was opening up. Everybody wanted to be the best of engineering college. So school, teachers, and parents were under pressure. So we realized that there are a lot of, and there's some schools who were, so we find out there was one of my favorite school which I visited and was lucky to find was in Calcutta, Loreto Day School, Sialda, which had a 50% children from non-fee background. It was government school. But all children were doing well. They had street children on their terrace whom school children were teaching. So the whole idea that student engagement with education doesn't have to be passive. There has to be diversity in the classroom, because we study in diverse school, but now because of fee structure, privatization, schools have become very, very non-diverse. So that was good, very good. And they had a very interesting pedagogical technique. And many of we also did not know how teachers, students can create new pedagogy. We could do in the BA classroom, but whether it can happen in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So that was good. And again, interacting with, I am used to have this focus on teaching through case method. So I learned a lot from different colleagues, and there was a very good tradition that we will go and sit in others' class. Somebody is teaching operations, somebody teaching marketing, and they are all very open, and you learn a lot from them. And of course, writing case study was another part which gave you insights about what is happening in the schools and classroom. And that started it became quite a popular program, and which is still continuing. In fact, now our center is known for one of the series. We also did program for directors of management institute, but that went on only 5-6 years, not too many time. But the interesting part was that autonomy, which one enjoyed at IIM. So if you want to do a program and you have a sustainable proposal, you could pick up your team. You could go to, so you are internally selling the program to somebody who is an information technology person that wanting to come aboard. And he or she, so we had a very good team, which is still there. Many new people have joined. So that was a very good, interesting experience, Shubhra.
Very nice. Thank you. आपने बहुत important बातें बताई. कितने programs किए थे आपने? At one point of time, जब आपने start किया था, I think there were principals from even Dubai, and because it was CBSE schools.
Yes.
So
I think अभी तक कुल मिला के मेरे ख्याल में 20-22 program तो CBSE के, but about 3 years back, Delhi government requested us to do program for their 1100 principals. So which we are still doing, and 4 programs we did in last few months online, which was my first experience, but it was decently rewarding, I must say. और एक बात जो मैंने शायद ईमेल में लिखी भी है कि, और जो डिपार्टमेंट में इस बात पे काफी emphasis था, how the knowledge which we generate should reach the users, how it should be used for change or bringing about some awareness in society. And these programs provide a very good platform for that. So the school principals which would come, they would not know what is the latest development in education research, for instance, classroom interaction, the pedagogical approach, the decentralized leadership. But when they listen, they really appreciate it. And this is what Professor Tripathi was referring when we had done programs for school teachers. And I think, Raghu, in NAOP also, we did a pre-conference workshop. You remember that? You were part of that. Yes? And we had done a pre-conference. If you want to, yeah, you can say it now.
Yeah, I do remember that. Well, those were the days.
Yes, yes. And your beard was not as white as it used to, as it is now.
Yeah, you can certainly.
So recently, Raghuji shared some really handsome photographs of his from his youth. So this white beard, though, we can see the entire spectrum.
He's equally handsome now, if not more, Shubhra.
Of course.
शुभ्रा, एक रंजना जो कि राजीव के आसपास की हैं, वो मॉन्ट्रियल से जुड़ी हुई हैं, शायद तुमने देखा नहीं उन्हें.
हाँ, रंजना झा is there, yeah, रंजना.
आप इनवाइट कर लीजिए राजीव जी.
बात करना चाहे, पूछ लो उनसे.
रंजना, आप कुछ बताएंगी? I think she batchmate रंजना and नजमा.
Yes, that's right. इसीलिए हमने समझा कि शायद वो तुम सुनना चाहोगे.
हाँ, रंजना, how are you? आप unmute कीजिए please. रंजना, please unmute.
लगता है कि वो टहलने लगे क्या?
तब तक हम लोग आपकी किताब के बारे में बात करते हैं. While we were continuing.
Okay, sure.
हाँ, जो आपकी लेटेस्ट किताब है वो भी in line with what you have said just now.
Yes,
कि इतना प्रिंसिपल्स पे डिलीवरी का प्रेशर था, इंसाइटफुल, बहुत सारी इंसाइटफुल और बातें भी, कि किस तरह से आईआईटी में जाने का और किस तरह से मेडिकल में जाने का, और कितना कमर्शियल मॉडल हो गया था. और जो आपकी किताब का टाइटल है वो भी ये है कि कैसे ग्रेड्स के बियॉन्ड टीचिंग हो. तो कौन कौन से स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं इसमें, और हाउ कैन वी मेक दैट डिफरेंस. क्योंकि चाहे वो इनोवेशन की बात हो, चाहे वो आपकी किताब में टाइटल की बात हो कि हाउ टू टीच डिफरेंटली, तो वो कैसे पॉसिबल है. ब्रीफली.
श्योर. तो इसका जो मुझे जो रियलाइजेशन हुआ कि जब अगर टारगेट ये है कि हाईएस्ट मार्क्स आए, तो जिन बच्चों के मार्क्स खूब अच्छे आ रहे हैं, दे शुड बी वेरी हैप्पी, देयर पेरेंट्स शुड बी वेरी हैप्पी, बट दैट इज नॉट द केस. And we even see that, of course, now in best of the institutions, IIT and other places, which is some people may consider as the ultimate climax, young people are committing suicide. AIMS में हो रहा है, तो why is that happening? So इसमें क्या हुआ कि जो हम लोग organization psychology में पढ़ते हैं कि the boundaries are porous of all social organizations, and schools have probably the maximum influence coming from outside. Whatever is happening outside, for instance, when we were children, many of us had joint family. Now families are nuclear family, or even sometimes parents are separate. Now this is a result of, this happened because of the economic model of globalization, where we have industries in certain parts, so people move out, which is good. They're getting jobs, everybody is working. But the child becomes lonely. And the shock absorbers which were available in the family in terms of grandparents, uncle and all, which would listen and which will provide unconditional support to the child is not there. So that is one. Information technology is a big boon. It's a big resource. But that is also causing so much of hardships. The other monster, which is our mobile phone, I mean, that is also showing that how much we have become slaves to the WhatsApp group and all that, which children are there, the social media. So that is another thing which is happening. Media is also, all this was impacting schools. And although principals were aware, parents are aware, but it was difficult to control that. So if it is not controlled, now it's a very common knowledge that even IIT students don't have interest in studying. In IIM also, we have seen that they have made it. They know that job is not a problem, so they will not come prepared to the class. It seemed that by the time they reach in this institution, they got so burnt out. So there's nothing which they want to learn more beyond that want to get through. So all this was started happening in school, and I realized that this is not a phenomena only in India. It's also the world over that young people are struggling to find, and there are no alternative. Luckily, I was able to reach out to schools which were doing things differently. Not because they knew the theory, but they had committed for that. For instance, one school will take pride in introducing students to adventure things, river crossing, mountaineering, and the results were as good. One school principal would teach only through, in Bombay, a very large school, which only teach through participative project-based learning, no lecture, nothing. And the schools were doing very well. One school was only teaching slum children who will compete in Bangalore, who will compete with the best of schools in the country, sometimes do better in sports and all. And they were same children, same atmosphere, but how could they do it? Basically, one of the important functionary in all this is school principal, who keeps everybody together. And one of the important aspects is that unless parents get education, that getting the grade is not the end of the life. There are so many other things which are possible, and children can do so many more things. So by the time, if they are pressured to get the grade and go to college, they neither get the career nor they are happy. So being happy and working together what they want. So there are also, I also discovered children that who left engineering, went for music, went for some screen writing, and they are doing very well. Some children have gone into establishing business enterprises to cater to the environmental issues and organizing treks and all that. So there are lots of course, design and other things are coming in. So the whole point is that school need to be a collaborative space where teachers, student, and parents collaborate. Parents need to get educated because they have no way of knowing how best we can help a child. They think we are helping the child, but actually they are doing counterproductive. So all these things which I could brought in the school, and which I could bring in the book, and I was happy that what I learned over the years from various programs, interaction, I was able to put into that. And I do not know whether it's doing well or not because publishers don't inform me. But I am happy that there's something which I wanted to say which is different, and people who use it, they find something in value in this. So that's about it. Anything else, Shubhra?
Yes, but we would like to know a little bit more about your Shalda school. जब आपने ग्रेड्स की बात हुई और ये हुई कि प्राइवेटाइजेशन है और ऑब्वियसली कमर्शियल मॉडल है ये प्राइवेटाइजेशन का, तो कैसे इंडिया में हम इतनी ज़्यादा आबादी है और उसमें हम सोशियो इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रेटा को भी अगर ध्यान में रखें, तो कैसे हम स्कूल्स की एजुकेशन को ऐसा बना सकते हैं कि वो इनोवेटिव भी हों और जिसके लिए इंडिया जाना जाता है और पहले, और धीरे धीरे वो दूसरे डायरेक्शंस में जा रहा है, तो उसके बारे में आप क्या कह सकते हैं?
मैं आपको शालदा के बारे में एक कहने का मतलब है कि गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स कैन बी इक्वली गुड एंड वेल परफॉर्मिंग इफ द लीडरशिप हैज द रोल. So in this book, there's a case study of a school in Mangolpuri in Delhi, which has 95% children coming from first generation school goer, all daily wage worker. And within 3 years, the principal transformed the school so that their enrollment was more and all children were performing well. I'll give you another example of a school. All schools for entry, they want to take the best of children who are performing. If we have 20, 30, 40 seats and we have 200 applications, we will take top 40. So there's a school which realized that if we are doing this, where will the children go who fail in other schools? And so they made reservation for 50% of children who fail in other school will be admitted to my school. Not only that, there are children who are expelled from schools for some indiscipline. तंबाकू खाना, गुटखा खाना, मारपीट करना, किसी की चीज चुरा लेना, उनको एक्सपेल कर दिया जाता है. ऐसे बच्चे जो एक्सपेल होते थे, इस स्कूल में प्रायोरिटी बेसिस पे एडमिशन मिलता था उनका. And when they pass in the board, we went to the alumni meet of the school later on. And we found that all the children, all the parents who were one point of time were children in the school, they came with the children and family. They said, had this school not been there, we would have been doing some anti-social activity in my village, in my. So the point is the school is not for the best one. School is for everybody. And everybody has capacity to learn. This school I was talking in Bangalore, they take children again from all slum children. Very difficult circumstances, alcoholism, violence, everything. But the school climate is such a school relationship of teachers, and they even invite parents and to talk about what can happen. And many of these children have gone out to working in industry, very as anybody would go. They have also established the enterprises. They are working in event management. So the point which this reinforces is that everybody has a capacity to learn, can learn, should learn. But luckily, unfortunately, our system has become such only survival of the fittest happening. Now you see, if 100 after 99.5% people can't get admission in Delhi college, what is the colleges are worth for? So we are not creating opportunity for a large number of people, and that's what this bring out. So there's an author called John Holt, which says that failing schools, it's not the children who fail, it's a school which fails. If we can't educate our children, there's a fault of the school system, not of the child. And that's what I also learned from this school. I think Ranjana Jha is there again, if she wants to speak.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ranjana, how are you? Ranjana, nice to see you.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. But I was so excited to hear this Alumni Association meeting, and especially when you were talking about Dr. Sinha and his experiences.
You heard that?
Yeah, I heard that. Unfortunately, I'm having problem connecting with the computer, so this is with the iPhone. And I just wanted to say, yes, I'm listening. And I do remember all the time.
Ranjana, do you remember the first, when we were in MA previous, you had organized a farewell party for the outgoing second year batch. You were the main coordinator in that. Do you remember that?
Must have been, because I do organize parties.
Yeah. I know there were several creative events happening, and all teachers and students enjoyed it a lot.
Yes. Oh, yes, I remember that. Yes. And you remember Nazma and Rekha?
Of course. Najma was there. In fact, Ranvijay, I spoke to him a few days back. You remember Ranvijay Singh?
Yes, I do.
So
Yeah.
he's in Mumbai. He didn't join, but maybe next time I will ask him. Professor Tripathi, I think met you when he was visiting Canada, and he shared the pictures which you shared with him. सर आपने पिक्चर शेयर की रंजना के घर गए थे आप शायद?
बिल्कुल गए थे, रंजना और रंजना के जो हस्बैंड थे उसके बाद जो थे डिपार्टमेंट आए. Visited us here in Allahabad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very nice that we were able to connect there and then back again here in Allahabad.
Yes, it was very nice. Actually, I must tell you, Dr. Tripathi, when I went to Allahabad, suddenly I realized how disconnected I was for 45 years from the university. Allahabad department looked same, people were same, what we grew up with. And I was telling my husband, you see where I come from? Because coming to Canada, getting married, too many changes. But going back to Allahabad, it was a very good reconnection to my background. And I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rina. I think it was very nice that you were able to come, and particularly very nice of your husband, to have
Yes. Yeah. And also, Rajiv, I wanted to ask you, I heard a vaguely thing that you are connected with Antarnad in Ahmedabad.
Yeah, in some indirect way. Yeah, I know people there. Yeah. You know somebody there?
No, I don't. 2-3 years ago, I was inquiring about it because I was looking for psychotherapy in India. And I tried Antarnad, but could not connect with anybody. And I was planning a trip with some of the colleagues who are therapists, how they do therapy in India. In that connection, I was trying. But I heard good things about that institute.
Yeah.
I don't know myself anything.
Yeah, I think they have established by a person who is in US, but they follow psychoanalytic technique basically, and they also do workshop. I have known some people who are working there. If you want, I can find out more about it.
That will be interesting.
Sure.
After Corona, maybe we can do something.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, very nice seeing you. Very nice.
Nice seeing you. Nice seeing you too.
Okay. So carry on. I'm listening.
Yeah, Shubhra, what is the
So
next?
thank you, Ranjana ji, for joining, and we will
Oh, you're
keep
welcome.
connecting with you as well. Now, of
Thank
course,
you.
we'll open the session for questions from the students and fellow alumni. Absolutely amazing stuff being done by Rajiv ji, even now. Of course, I'm very curious and I will keep connecting with him. So I will ask no more questions. I will leave it for everybody else to ask questions.
Yeah, I think Aditi is there and others are there. I would be.
Yes, yes, they will ask. Just give them a few minutes, they will ask. And Himadri is there, who will also talk to us about the experience as a student. So Himadri, if you could please unmute yourself, and if your video can be switched on, we would love to see you. Welcome, Himadri. So do share. Himadri is, just for everybody's knowledge, Himadri will be sharing with us her experience of Samvad and anything else that she wishes to. Welcome, Himadri. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I am Himadri Pandey, a student of second year, and I'm here to share my experience of Samvad session. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the alumni session for giving me the opportunity. And as we all know, Samvad was established to bridge the gap between the students and our respected alumni. This platform provides us a chance to interact with them and to clear our doubts and help in taking more wise choices about a career, for a career. And our previous guest speaker, Professor Vinita Kaul ma'am, shared with us her work experience and introduced us with new perspective of psychology, where we got to know about the practical application of psychology in real life. As a just promoted second year student, this was a whole new knowledge in the area of psychology, which really helped me to know that psychology is beyond bookish knowledge and it can be practically applied in all the spheres of life. These Samvad sessions helps in broadening the perspective in relation to application of psychology through the experiences shared by respected alumni. We are looking forward to many more such learning experiences, and I'm very privileged and excited to have Professor Rajiv Sharma sir as our guest speaker today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Himadri. We have more such people, so keep attending and keep getting more and more of your colleagues and batchmates so that more people can benefit.
Sure.
And any question you may have for Professor Rajiv Sharma, Himadri? He talked about educational innovation in schools. Or anyone else?
Okay, let me just start by saying, then you can pick up question. So I must say that all of you who are in psychology, either MA or in research, you are at a very, very fortunate point of time in our country. You do your PhD, and before you finish, you will have wonderful opportunities waiting for you wherever you want to work, in academics and consulting in private, because there are so many new institutes have come up and all of them want to have psychology program. Unfortunately, they do not have good people. And so the process is, you may not have too many people, but if you do a good research work and publish research, don't do any shortcuts, you will be definitely above the rest of all the places. That's what we have learned. We take long time in doing things, but we definitely do it differently. And Himadri, if you are also planning to do research, look around, look outside, look all over the place. So what is it that you challenges you to solve the problem? And that could be the matter of your research. Many times students come to us asking, sir, what topic should I follow for research? So I used to give them example that if you are going to get married, would you ask me whom should I get married? They would not, they will feel a little shy. Research is something like this. You should be really married to the research topic, then you will do your best. You will enjoy it. It's a 4 or 5 years of your time, which will keep guiding you for all time to come. And the whole idea is to generate question, try to find answer, which work, which may not work. That's the whole idea of exploration and finding the outcome. So psychology provides us a very good opportunity to do all that. And wherever you are, you can apply. You are very true that it is important. And what you do here matters all the time. As I said, talk to what others are doing, learn from others, invite people to talk about it. And that will be a good, very good sounding, good grounding for research. Anything else you want to ask specifically?
Even we can ask questions. Ma'am, Namita ji, Rashmi ji.
Namita, unmute karna padega, Namita. Namita, unmute कीजिए.
Okay, all right. Okay, now I've done it.
Yes.
Rajiv, wondering while you're talking about educational innovations, and I'm sure that there is in your book something on why do schools resist innovations, and
Sure.
what is done to sort of make them more acceptable, you know, like the innovations more acceptable. I think that's very important because resistance to innovation is something, especially in schools, I think one needs to learn more about it.
Yeah, yeah. Namita, you are very true. Anything which involves a change, we resist. That is the first principles of human existence.
That is true.
And organization resists even more.
Mhm.
And schools, the point is, we have been doing this, and when a school is functioning well, when you want 50 students, you are getting thousands of applications, people are willing to pay any fee. Why do you want to change?
That's
So
right.
at cognitive level, they understand there's a need to change. But the stakeholder, the management, the parents, the society probably expect the same, more of the same thing. And that's why they reduce. So if you have been, so people whom I have covered in this book, they have a exceptional background in their childhood and their experiences, who wanted to see school not only for education, but a transforming of society. And that's what schools can do. So they started schools, and the slogan is that it's not for only for providing education and job, but for changing life, changing community. And unless we do that, we will not, cannot do differently. And those are people who change. Yeah.
Oh, well, particularly I wanted to know whether your center attempted this kind of intervention for educational innovation, and what happened, you know, can you do some reflection on that, whether it did not succeed, it did succeed, it only partially succeeded. So is there any...
So there are schools which are doing wonderful work, and intervention could happen in terms of say pedagogical change in some classroom, but in starting changing the whole school is very challenging, and it can be also problematic if the innovation doesn't work, because most innovation can also fail. But we have a colleague, there's not me, another person who work with government school teachers, and those teachers are world-class teachers. They are working in villages, they are working same conditions. So what we do for initiating change, we share this information with others, and those, so change cannot happen, you would agree, if I don't believe in change. I cannot. So that's the whole idea of change. And now more and more government, like Delhi government approached us, several government secretary has approached. They want to hear to us what we can do, because nobody is happy with education. And nobody wants to know where to go about it. And it's unfortunate that we have only 3-4 people, and we keep getting so many inquiry. But the change, maybe the next first step of change is sharing what we have learned and
Right.
which works. And when they accept it, they come back to us, we can help them.
Okay.
So that's very, ma'am, if your question is answered, I have two questions. One,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
so one question is from Suryansh Rajiv ji,
Ji,
and he's
boliye.
asking how can we join armed forces through psychology? So Suryansh,
So
please,
that question should go to Gyan Mudra, I think.
yes, even I was thinking that.
But I think if you do good psychology and they want to recruit psychology in DPR, Rahul ji also can tell about that. How can psychology people join armed forces? Unless if you want to join combat, then it's different. But if you want to join academics, it could be Army Education Corps. Is that right, Gyan Mudra?
Yeah, what I could understand that he wants to join as armed forces through psychology. So there are two things. One is if he enters through UPSC examination, entering through CDS, Combined Defense Services. So depending upon their age range, if it is a very early teenage, NDA through NDA, National Defense Academy, and then or IMA. So these examinations, once they qualify, then they come to the Services Selection Board, SSB, where I was there. So then they can pass through and go through the different streams of armed forces. So that is one way. And second thing is, as a psychologist, how I was there in DRDO and we were working in this. So these are two things. I think, what is his name? Mr. Suryavanshi. He has to, I think, answer it, whether he is interested to move as a psychologist in this or he want to become an armed forces officer.
Good evening, ma'am. Suryansh Pandey from B.Ed Part 3. Actually, I want to ask that as a psychologist, how can we join Indian Armed Forces? Like, I have given National Defense Academy examination when I have completed my schooling, and unfortunately, I couldn't qualify the SSB interviews. So at that part of time, I got to know that there are psychologists also. So I just want to know that how can we join armed forces as a psychologist?
Yeah, there is a DRDO, this organization, they periodically they recruit psychologists, and for them it is post-graduation plus there is certain like first division post-graduation plus some 2 to 3 years research experience is mandatory. So based on that they recruit, and not only that, this much minimum qualification, see what all things you have, and after that if you are found eligible, then they may recruit you as a DRDO scientist and may place you all across the country wherever the Services Selection Board is there. It may be a Army, it may be a Navy, it may be a Air Force. Plus there is this Defense Institute, the Defense Institute of Psychological Researches in New Delhi. So that is the headquarter where the training and research is carried out there itself. So these are the places through DRDO you can move in.
Thank you, Gyan Mudra ji. And we can, we have next question from Utkarsh. Maybe Suryansh can connect directly with you if it's okay with you.
Sure.
Utkarsh, you want to unmute yourself and ask the question yourself, that will be great. Although I can read your question.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
please,
you are.
yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, sir was talking something about the psychoanalytic theory workshops, like someone psychologists were practicing and doing some workshops. So I just want to know, as a student of a graduate level, like I'm doing graduation final year, so can we join those workshops for our experience level and to know like other dimensions of psychology in like some practical world? So can we join those workshops, and how we can join?
Well, I will have to find that they were mainly engaged in therapeutic work. Off and on they do workshops. So you can type Antarnath Ahmedabad and maybe look at the website. And if I come across, then I can pass it on to Shubhra. As of now, I do not know. But that's what they have been doing earlier. Yeah,
So-
Antarnath, if you're talking, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
please do. So one promise we take from all alumni, which actually they make anyway, is that they will answer all questions of the students.
Definitely.
And they will connect even after the session. And any more questions? I know we have exceeded our time, but that promise I have take from all alumni speakers, that we can extend time to up to half an hour to 45 minutes. And Gyanmudra ji, be ready because I will be approaching you soon. So be ready with that promise. And
Sure, I would love to interact.
any more questions? Otherwise, I will invite Kavita ji.
कविता का वीडियो ऑफ, हाँ कविता आ गई.
हो गया, सब ऑन हो गया. So this is our third Samvad, and I have found that this Samvad is becoming more and more popular among all the audience. Professor Sharma was with us in 80s, and although he was much senior to me, but he was very popular among us because he was the frequent visitor to the department, and every day I think you used to come to the department from ECC, and he took us all in 80s. जब हम लोग का डिपार्टमेंट में एक फैमिली की तरह बैठते थे, कॉफी रूम होता था और सब लोग बैठ के साथ में कॉफी पीते थे, एंड वी यूज्ड टू शेयर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. हमारे जितना भी हमारा रिसर्च वर्क होता था उसमें भी हेल्प होती थी, कोई और भी प्रॉब्लम्स होती थी उसमें भी एवरीबडी यूज्ड टू शेयर. So thank you, Rajiv ji, for sharing your experience and your journey from Allahabad to Ahmedabad with psychology. And it's a 50-year period you have covered. You have a very long and very productive journey. And I'm sure your students must have been inspired with your experience.
That I'm not sure.
We are sure.
It's good to think about it, but I'm not sure whether students get inspired. They have us.
I
Anyway.
differ from you.
Okay.
They have asked questions. They have asked questions. So I feel that they are.
बहलाने के लिए ख्याल अच्छा है.
Yes, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, I thought you were talking of my students at I thought you were talking of my students at IMA. I'm talking of those students. They are not inspired. They have other.
No, I'm talking about our alumni and
alumni. I'm very happy.
Students.
And
Yeah.
I am very happy to see that so many students are pursuing psychology. And you know, there are universities waiting for you to come and start teaching psychology, which is much in demand. Then, so Aditi, please spread the word, Utkarsh and all that. And I'm sure you will make a good career. Yes, Kavita, please.
So, and your talk is really inspiring for our students here, not in IIM. I'm not talking about IIM.
I am, so I will differ again. I'm requested.
You know more about IIM. I don't know. I know about my students.
Some other time we'll talk about it. Some other time.
So on behalf of Allahabad University Psychology Alumni Association and Department of Psychology, I thank my extended family, which consists of our teachers, alumni, research scholars, and students for joining Samvad. I tell you, this Alumni Association is just 1 year old. We got registered in July 2019. And our strength, only 43 members have registered themselves as members so far. So I request all the alumni, the passing out batch.
44th member, 44th.
44th member. Thank you, Rajiv ji. I think others are also joined.
Ranjana ji can be 45th member.
Ranjana has joined already.
Okay.
So I request all the passing out batch of MA to please join the association, so you will be connected with the department. And we have Professor Tripathi with us. He is a big source of motivation for the association. He is our advisor also. And thank you, Shubhra, for taking so much effort to organize Samvad. And it is really time-taking thing which you are doing. And without mentioning Aditi, it is not right to close the session. It is her effort that Samvad is possible. Once again, I thank you all and see you all in next Samvad in next month. Thank you, Shubhra, and thank you.
Thank you, Shubhra. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
I just wanted to say that
Bye.
it is just next week on the 6th. So everybody, please log in, please join. And we will have Professor Shalini Bharat with us as the guest speaker, and we will circulate the information very soon.
Sure, sure.
Okay,
Good.
sure.
And just like Rajiv ji said that it is very odd to be thanked or welcomed in the home. So I would also say the same thing, that it's really odd to be thanked within your own home.
Right.
Rashmi, the Kavita, Rashmi, bye, 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 bye.
Thank you, Rajiv ji.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.